Hi guys, and welcome to the guide. In this episode, we're still talking about Dark Souls 3, and more specifically, upgrading your weapon by using reinforcement in Dark Souls 3. So, reinforcement in the game is probably the most basic way of upgrading your weapon. And you can reinforce your weapon / shield all the way up to level 10 before you can no longer reinforcement, and the reinforcement path is now closed off to you with that particular weapon. And I highly recommend reinforcing your weapon up to level 10 before even thinking about infusing it. And that's if you really like the weapon. If you really like the weapon, reinforce it up to level 10 before infusing it. If you're like on the weapon and you just need like a special perk to beat a boss, then that's one thing. But if you really like the weapon, I highly recommend reinforcing it to level 10 before infusing it. And I made another video about infusion, but that's a separate issue. So, reinforcement uses Titanite to upgrade your weapon, and you find Titanite throughout the game. It ranges from like pretty common to extremely rare. So you usually find Titanites, the more common Titanite, on stronger enemies and like in chests, and just kind of scattered around the game on some dead naked bodies that Dark Souls had a fetish with for some reason. But there's 4 different types of Titanite. The first being a Titanite shard, which is the most common, obviously, and it will reinforce your weapon up to level 3. And then the second type of Titanite is called a large Titanite shard, because From Software is extremely clever with their names. And it's a little bit more rare, but not a whole lot. And it will reinforce your weapon up to 6. And then the third type of Titanite is called a Titanite chunk, and it's even more rare. I think you're seeing a pattern here. And it will reinforce your weapon up to level 9. And the last type of Titanite, and the most rare, and probably one of the most rare upgrading elements in the game, is called a Titanite slab, and it will reinforce your weapon all the way up to level 10. So, be kind of choosy on what you upgrade to level 10 too, because Titanite slabs are extremely rare. So, I personally recommend going and checking out a wiki like Fextra Life before committing to a weapon, like upgrading a weapon all the way. Because you can go check out the stats of the weapon, get kind of an idea of how it will progress as it levels up. And you can even see like what might be a good infusion for that weapon once you get it up to level 10. And nothing sucks more than like putting all that time into a weapon and then realizing that you kind of just wasted all that time. So, I do highly recommend checking out a wiki before fully upgrading the weapon to level 10. And also, Titanite slabs are used to upgrade special weapons up to their final level also, which is level 5 for special weapons. But I made a separate video for that too, so if you're really that interested, you can click on that video. I'll probably leave links for both the infusion video, which talks more about scales, like how scaling works in the game, and also the special video in this video. So, but I think that's good enough. That's the basics. Thanks for watching.